Good afternoon, guys. I'm going to make a video presentation about uh, remaining cargo to load, trimming two holes, and trimming table. Okay, so I'll start, guys, with this loading sequence. Before loading in a loading port, you must prepare a loading sequence or loading plan. So this is an example of a loading plan of my previous vessel of MV Cape Odyssey, and we're going to load at Port Headland to discharge it in South Korea. The cargo is iron ore, and the local density at berth is salt water of 1.025, meaning it's an open berth, and this is a nine holes vessel, a cape-size vessel, and this is the pouring number, and this is the number of holes sequence, and until you reach pour number 20, and our departure drop would be forward will be 18.13. This is forward and up. Forward will be 18.13 and up will be 18.33, and our mid drop or our sailing drop, and this is the trim. Our mid drop will be 18.23 and our trim will be 20 centimeters. Okay, and this is me. This is my name, and this will be our trimming hole, number 8 and number 2, and this will be our total remaining cargo to load of 5,000. Okay, so for example, upon reaching the pour number 18, after finish loading in hold number 2, stops the foreman stops loading in hold number 8 and number 2, and asks the chief officer, me, and the drop surveyor to take a drop survey around the vessel to compute how much cargo to load, how much remaining cargo to load, to get the final drop of forward 1813 and up of 1833. So myself or the chief officer and the drop surveyor made a draft reading around the vessel, forward, up, and mean, port and starboard, and both agreed that forward draft and up draft would be forward will be 1767 and up draft will be 1807, and the mid draft is 1787. Okay, so let's go to the program, as I have a program here. So according to our agreement, the forward drop will be 1767. Okay, 1767, and up drop will be 1807. Okay, so you put here 1767.67, and up drop will be 18.07. Okay, now our actual mid port will be 1787, for example, 17.87, and our actual mid starboard is 1787, and our final departure drop is 1823 according to the loading plan. So the final departure drop will be 1823 on the mid part. So this will be your departure drop, and so we put here 1823. Okay, 18.23. Now our sinkage will be 36 centimeters because it takes 36 centimeters from 1787 to reach 1823, or 1823 minus 1887 is 36 centimeters will be your sinkage. So from sinkage you can get now your recommended cargo to load for framing, which is 4993.6 to be exact. Okay, now how did I get this figure of 4993.6? That will be the sink gauge multiplied by your TPC times 100. Okay, I repeat, your sink gauge multiplied by TPC of, this will be the TPC of 18.23. You interpolate it, then you will get 138.71, which is this one. So your sink gauge multiplied by your TPC times 100, this will be your recommended cargo to load. Okay, for example, just for the sake of computation or accuracy, we maintain this figure with decimal. Okay, so you follow the arrow going down, then you put 4993.6, 4993.6. Okay, and once you load 4993.6, what will the result? Your mid drop will be 18.23, which is exactly the same with your departure drop, and your sink gauge is 0.36, exactly the same with this figure. So from there, it says here, program says, then go to trim to holds. You go to trim to holds. Take note of the remaining cargo to load, which is 4993.6. You have your initial drop here, and your trimming hold is 2 and 8, which is this one. Okay, your trimming hold is 8 and 2 and 5,000 of remaining cargo to load. Okay, according to your plan. But this is the exact figures that recommended by the program, which is almost 5,000. So your trimming hold is 2 and 8, 2 and 8, and the program says, your plan says you have a trim, you should have a trim of 20 centimeters. Okay, so you put here 20 centimeters, your trim there. And how much would you load in hold number 2? Okay, according to the program, you should load in number 2 is 247952. So you put here 247952, 247952, 247952, 247952, and number 8 to be 251408, 251478, 251408. Okay, the same. And your departure drop would be, forward will be 18.13, and up drop will be 18.33, which is the same with your selling plan. So your forward drop and up drop will be, forward will be 18.13 and up drop will 18.33. Your mid drop will be 18.23, and you have a trim of 20 centimeters, which is this one. Okay, so your forward drop is 18.13 and up drop is 18.33. Your trim is 0.020 or 20 centimeters, and your main is 18.23. This will be your deflection is 0. So how did I get this mean drop, which is this one? So once you load this 4993.6, this will be exactly your mean drop, actual mean drop. So which is this one? I'm sorry, which is this one. Your mean drop will be 18.23, which is this one. So we go now to the form number 6. You scroll down. By the way, this is your initial drop. Forward is 1767 and up drop is 1807. Then it says here how much you load in hold number 2 is 247952. 247952. and 8 will be 251408. Here 251408. So this one is the same. Number 8 is the same, and what will be your final departure drop? And your final departure drop forward is 18.13, and up is 18.33. You have a zero trim of 20 centimeters, and your main drop is 18.23, and you have a zero deflection. Okay, this will be to get the remaining cargo to load. Then you will get your departure drop here. Now we go to the trimming table, or by trim table. Take note of the remaining cargo to load is 4993.6 to be accurate, and this is your trimming hold 2, 2 and 8, and this will be your cargo to load in hold number 2 and number 8. We put this by accuracy. For example, we put here, that will be the exact figure. If put the exact figure, okay, let's say this one, okay, and this one, okay. So in hole number 2, we have a correction here forward. You go to the trimming correction table. So this will be the vessel Cape Odyssey. Then you go to hold number 2. Hold number 2, this is a forward and up correction. So 1823 and 1820 is in between here, or a little bit farther here. So hold forward correction will be 2.3, and up correction is negative 0.8. So put here forward will be 2.3. You go to the trim table, that will be hold number 2, 2.3. Okay, you put here 2.3, and the forward correction on number 2. Forward correction number 2 will be 2.3. Okay, you put here 2.3. Up correction, say forward correction number 2. Forward correction number 2 is 2.3. 2.3. Up correction of number 2 is how much? Up correction number 2 is negative 0.8. So negative 0.8. So in number 8, what is the forward and up correction? You go to hold number 8. Going down hold number 8. Okay, this is your hold number 8. Your forward correction, that will be negative 0.14, negative 0.4. Forward correction number 8 will be negative 0.4, and up correction is how much? Up correction number 8 is 1.8. Okay, 1.8. Here 1.8. Okay. Now what will be your departure drop? This is your initial drop. Forward 1767, up is 1807. This is now your final departure. Take note that your main drop is 1823 and your main drop is 1823, but you have a trim of 18 centimeters. Okay, when you follow these figures of recommended by this uh, trimming table. Okay, but take note, guys. I want you to take note. This is the recommended correction table, no, forward and up. So take note from drop 2 meters drop, 4 meters drop. Take note that from negative 1.04 it is decreasing, okay, negative decreasing until you reach negative 0.08. Now in the forward correction from 2 meters drop and 4 meters drop, the correction forward is also decreasing from 2.7 going down to 2.3, so decreasing. So meaning the 18.20 would be about decreasing, that will be about 2.25, 2.26, 2.29, but less than 2.3. Okay, that's what it meant if you are somewhere here. But according to his table here, is the same. But I presume, guys, all these figures are assumptions. These are not interpolated. So I will presume if you will interpolate with 18.23, it will be less here. And so with your up correction, it should be also somewhere around here. So we'll just check anyway. So what happens if you put the exact figure of the correction? Okay, so look at the drop. Forward drop is 18.14, up drop is 18.32. You get the mean drop, but you have a trim of 18 centimeters, which is less than 20 centimeters. This is another solution when you apply the correction. Okay, here when you apply the correction and the for number 2, you first load in hold number 8, which is figure amount of 2414, which is this one, and you apply the same correction. Forward will be 0.14 and up will be 1.80. Okay, and after you finish hold number 8, this will be your drop after loading this figure in hold number 8. Forward will be 17.57 and up will be 18.52. Okay, now after loading hold number 8, you load 251408, hold a number 2, 247952, which is this one, and your correction in hold number 2 forward is 2.3, which is this one. Your up correction will be negative 0.8. Okay, once you already loaded in hold number 2, your final drop forward will be 80.14 and up drop will be 80.32, which is the same with this one. Okay, but I want you to look here, guys. Look here. Okay, since the correction in hold number, let's say go first to hold number 8, hold number 2, since it is decreasing forward and up, the correction is decreasing, so I would suggest that in hold number 2, I would put this to, let's say, 2.28, because it is 28. Let's say 2.28. Why? Because hold number 2, forward correction, it should be decreasing. See, decreasing. So what is less? If decreased, that will be 2.9, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, and 2.3. So I suggest I will put 2.8, okay? Assuming I put 2.8, 2.8, and I maintain the up correction of 0.8. So I maintain the correction forward of negative 0.8, okay? So let's go to hold number 8. Okay, hold number 8. And hold number 8, forward correction is negative 0.4. Number 8 is negative 0.4. And I will adjust here because drop here is less 32. So I have to put amount here, okay? Take note, guys, when I adjust the correction forward from 1814, it went to 1813, okay? That's why now we will adjust the up correction. So we'll adjust from number 8 of this up part. Okay, I will adjust the up part. So I would make this 1.84. I'll put this 1.84. Okay. So what happens when I load 1.84? And here you will get the exact amount. Up will be 18.33. So forward will be 18.33. Forward will be 18.13 and up will be 18.33. Your mean is 18.23 and mid is 18.23, and you have a trim of 20 centimeters. Okay, guys. Now, you will ask, why did I adjust these figures of forward and up correction? Okay, why? Because as I understand, these figures around here are just an estimate. This is not exactly the exact amount if you are in the right draft. For example, draft here should be 18.23. So, like in forward correction, 18.23 should be around here. If you continue going up, higher drop, so this should be less. So I put here 2.23, which is the reason why I put here forward correction is 2.28, which when you point 0.28, your drop will be exactly 18.13. Okay. So now, since you want to get this drop of 18.33, so I adjust this up correction to 1.84. So what was the previous correction of hold number 8? The hold number 8 correction is 1.8. Okay, so again it is decreasing. So I put here 1.84 to get the exact amount of 18.33, which is the same with your loading plan. So your loading plan forward is 18.13, up is 18.33, and you have a mid drop of 18.23. Okay, just to give you an idea. Okay, from then with this figure here, in number 2, first you load in hold number 8 with this figure and the same correction here, and after loading this amount, this will be your draft after loading of 25.1408. Your draft forward will be 77 and up drop will be 18.53. Then you load hold number 2 with this amount, apply the forward up correction, then you will have a final drop of 18.33 13 forward, updraft 1833. Your trim will be 2.0 and your main drop will be 1823. Okay? So that is how you adjust this the forward and up correction. Do not be afraid of adjusting these figures because until you get the final, because as I said a while ago, these are all assumptions. This is not accurate. So you have to interpolate. If you can interpolate, much better. But to get the exact figure, you must adjust the forward and up correction to get the final drop of your target drop. Okay, that will be the same here. Your trim two holds, you got the same figure. Forward 1813, up 1833, 1820, and min drop. Okay, so with your form number 6, you got the same drop. Now I want, in actual practice, we don't use decimals, we use round up. Okay, if I round up to 4994, because we don't use decimals, still you will get 1823, your mid drop, and your sinkage should be 1836, which is the same. But you have gained already 7 tons, 4, that will 6 tons, or less 7 tons. Okay, but you will still get the same draft. Then you go to holds, trim holds 2, and look at the remaining cargo to load. It's already run up. Still you got 2 and 8. What will be recommended? This is your trim, 20 centimeters. What will be recommended for your hold number 2 is, let's say, 2480. You put 2480, 2480. Then number 8 will be 2415. 2415. Check. Okay, 2414. You get 2414 there, and your draft will be the same. Okay, and so with your trim table, it also be the same. If you run up, and your draft will be the same here and the same here. Okay, so what if we follow the recommended remaining cargo to load of 5,000? Okay, it says number 2 will 2,500, and number 5 will be, number 8 will be 2,500. So let's go back. We go to form 8, and according to the plan, this says 5,000. Okay, 5,000. What happens if you load 5,000? So look here, you will have a little bit more in your mid draft of 182305 and sinkage of 3605. Okay, for example, we'll just continue with that. Then we go to trim holds 2. You get there 5,000. Till you have 2 and 8 trimming draft, the same trim. What will be you load in hold number 2? 2482, 2482, 2482, 2482, and number 8 will be 2518, 2518. Okay, there, and your final drop will be the same. Okay, you get the final drop and your holds number and your trim table. You got the 5,000 here, And what will be your final draft here? 18.3, 18.30 forward, and up draft will 18.33. Then you get the same figures there, and you get the same figures there. Okay? And you got the same figures here. Now, I want you to make your choice. It's either you want to follow as planned in your loading plan or as recommended by your program. Okay? Doesn't matter because you still get the same draft here. Okay? So, I would, for me, I would recommend this one, but if you want to use 5,000, okay, it's okay, no problem. Okay? So that's it guys. I hope you like this video and the explanation that I made, and I repeat again this correction table you can adjust. You don't have to, these are only approximate. When you reach this drop, then in between you have to adjust. These are only recommendations, but if you want to adjust what I did, you can adjust from 1.8 to 1.84, and from 2.3 you can adjust to 2.28 to get the exact sailing drop. Okay, I hope you like this video, and if you like, please click the like button, share, and subscribe, and please don't forget to click the notification bell. Thank you for watching and have a good day.